What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same, okay? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, as you guys already know, that today is Tuesday, which means that there will be a brand new episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta airing tonight at 8/7 Central on MTV. But you guys do know that Roast Review normally airs every Wednesday night, but due to my work schedule changing this week, we will be moving it to Thursday for the most part, and it will be on Josiah's World TV's platform. Once we get more information about what we're going to decide to do, we will let you guys know, and it will be announced. But make sure you guys tune in for Roast Review. More than likely, it will be on Thursday. So, with that being said, you guys, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements for today. So, let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, as you guys already know, that the Real Housewives of Atlanta has been a topic of discussion all day, and we've been hearing that there is a chance of a possible reboot. Love B. Scott reported on this earlier today and basically stated that the production team is looking to scrape most of the cast members and possibly leaving two of the cast members on as friends of and build the show around the new cast members. But right about now, it's been reported by Bravo that there hasn't been any final decisions made, and there won't be no final decisions made until after the reunion airs, which is starting next week. So let's go ahead and get into this now. This article here comes from TV Deets. Okay. If you guys don't know nothing about them, then you need to get to know them. It's coming from TV Deets. Okay. And TV Deets basically stated that Bravo denies any RHOA reboot reports. Okay. That's what they're saying. They're denying it. So they said that nothing official has been confirmed or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get into what the article stated. Okay. Now, Bravo is denying reports that RHOA is headed for a reboot after season 15. Earlier today, Love B. Scott reported that the Real Housewives of Atlanta was headed for a reboot after a disastrous season, according to their production sources. Now, here's what the original report stated from Love B. Scott, okay? Now, it says that a source close to production tells us that Bravo was beyond thrilled with the reception of the recently rebooted Real Housewives of New York. So they are fully on board with production's decision to recast RHOA. The network is also very pleased with the up and coming seasons of The Real Housewives of Potomac as well as Married to Medicine. Casting for Fresh New Peaches is already underway, and we're told that production has been quietly reaching out to managers and agents looking for new girls. There's no interest in bringing back any old faces either, not Portia Gobadia nor Kim Zolciak, okay? Now, insiders are suggesting that any reports of a ROA reboot are premature. Now, this is what TV Deets actually said, because what we just read was the original article from Love B. Scott, at least a portion of the original article of Love B. Scott. Now, this is what TV Deets is stating, okay? Nothing official has been decided, a source told Page Six, blaming the reports on fan feedback that has suggested some viewers would like to see a change ahead for season 16. While the network is reportedly casting new women as they always do towards the end of every season, Page Six is also reporting that they haven't been able to find any reboot worthy women. They haven't found any famous people of note that want to be on the reboot. And if they can't find any famous people that want to be on the show, then they can't reboot the entire show, said the source. Okay. A separate second source also denied the reboot rumors to Entertainment Tonight. A second source, however, tells ET no decisions have been made and likely won't be made until after the reunion airs. Reports the entertainment outlet. While many news outlets are crediting Love B. Scott with the reboot news, we exclusively shared on the August 18th episode of TV Deets podcast that Bravo was considering a Roni style reboot for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we'll just say that it's interesting that this story surfaced today. Part one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, airs next Sunday on September the 3rd at 8/7 Central on Bravo. Now, as we're sitting up here and we're talking about what TV Deets is saying, let's go into an article where this is not necessarily an article, but let's go into what one of the infamous Instagram pages that covers nothing but Real Housewives of Atlanta news, and that is Housewives of ATL. That is the name of the Instagram page, and I think the guy's name that runs it, his name is Ryan. So if you guys follow this page that you see on the screen, then make sure you let him know that I used use his post as a part of my video and that he is credited for that. Okay. Now, this is what he said. I just got word that the cast knew before the reunion that there could possibly be a full or partial shakeup. I'm assuming that this was said to kind of get the girls to perform to the best of their abilities. Now, this also makes sense, to be honest. Candy's OLG spinoff was canceled, but just weeks ago it was miraculously renewed. I believe that Bravo did that to keep Candy under their network. They'll have her with her spinoff and have time to think if they'll keep Candy around for the revamp or just make it all new. They know that Candy is extremely valuable and don't want to lose her to another network. Drew's storyline garnished her the first seat, but could it also mean that they want her for the revamp? She's young and has a lot going on, and that's a perfect story to keep going. I'm thinking that Drew, Candy, and Marlo could stay and be joined by a new group. However, Kenya will be iced out. Production probably not happy with her, and Sheree will be iced out, but be giving Ultimate Girls Trip season. As for Runner, pink slip. Hashtag RHOA. And if you don't know who Runner is, that is who Ryan is referring to. That's who Sonya is being referred to as Runner. Okay, that's who she's being referred to right about now. Lord, that was so damn shady, child. That was so shady. Now he wasn't the only page that was actually talking about this sad thing. Now, another housewives page that was talking about this is a Twitter page that goes by the name of the Reality TV Guru. And I know I've seen a lot of people go in on this particular page for their opinions. And truth be told, I don't be agreeing with half the shit that this page be saying. But to each his own. Everybody got the right to their damn opinions, right? So the Reality TV Guru stated that I was told this 2 weeks ago. So it tracks that the girls knew about it going into the reunion. So he wrote someone saying RHOA really getting a reboot. Then the person responded 100%. The network has already been talking about it with producers and executives. Okay. So that's pretty much the gist of that, y'all. So right about now, although Love B. Scott was the one who stated that there would be a reboot for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There were other platforms like the TV Deets platform that's basically denying that there will be any form of a reboot for this show. And I've been looking at a lot of tweets online, and there is a lot of mixed reviews about this. I've been seeing it all morning. And my thing is, y'all got to be careful what you wish for and what you want, because one minute y'all be saying that y'all want a reboot, and now that there's supposed to be a reboot, then you know what I'm saying. Y'all saying that that's not what y'all want. So I'm gonna go through a couple of tweets and stuff like this. So let me look at the Peach Report. Okay, let's look at what the Peach Report is saying. That's another page that a lot of people know about that's talking about the Housewives of Atlanta. Now, the Peach Report is stating that in light of recent events, here's an idea that could possibly save Atlanta. Cast RHOA solely around Portia, Kenya, Candy, and Sheree. Take 6 to 8 months to thoroughly cast 3 new interesting women, 2 full-time ladies and 1 friend, and new producers. I mean, that sounds like a good idea, but child, we really don't know. Let's continue on looking at these tweets, honey. It's too much going on. However, something behind the scenes is definitely going down. So some people, even though they're saying that the reboot rumors are lies, let's see. Okay. So let's see what else. Reboot, revamp, or move forward with the same cast. Whatever is going on with RHOA, we can't know for sure until Bravo gives the official word. If Bravo does change the cast in any way, my hope is that they change production too. They shouldn't be absolved. And I definitely agree with that. Let's continue to move on through this. Okay. Let's continue to move on. Let's see. Move on. Even ET is reporting it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta heading for a major cash shakeup, a possible reboot. Okay, reboot. I'm sorry. Let's see. What else is going on here? Let's move through these tweets. Or whatever. I think that's all I'm gonna show right now. I think that's all I really need to show. Okay. Um, yeah. Let's see. Let me go to the latest tweets and see what everybody's saying. But I think that this is about it though. Let's look at what Jay's reality blog is saying. Because I really love Jay's reality blog, honey. Anyway, I think that's about it. But y'all, but like I said, there have been many mixed reviews about this whole thing about the show being rebooted. And like I said, I've said this before. I said this when I was on House of Aaron's platform, and I would say it again. These fans really don't know what they want. One minute they say, I want a whole reboot. I want this. I want that. But then they turn around and then they be like, well, that's not what I want. Well, what exactly do you want? You know what I mean? Like, what exactly do you really want? Like, what exactly is going to tickle your fancy? Because while we talking about getting new cast members, we do need to talk about the fact that we do need some new we need some new production team, because the production is a part of the problem as well. They don't know how to put together a story. They don't know how to do any of that. And but to be honest, the show hasn't been the best since season 13. And Eric Fuller wasn't under production at that time either. So I really don't know. They saying that they don't want to bring back any old faces like Portia or Kim. Portia would be the only old face that I would really want to see. I think that we should all give up on Nene ever coming back to this show. She sued the network. She called the boss a cokehead. It's never gonna happen. We need to get over Phaedra not coming back, because Phaedra is on Married to Medicine. So if you want to see Phaedra Parks, you need to go over there and tune in to Married to Medicine on November the 5th. I'll be reviewing it to see Heavily Lash her. We need to stop asking for Kim. Kim don't want to be on this show with these women. So why are we constantly asking for Kim? And to be honest, why do we need big names for this show anyway? I never understand that, because I feel like going for big names is one of the biggest issues that we have with this cast. I feel like you can find women that are affluent, but they're not big names. Like, you can find many women that's in Atlanta that have, wealth, that are not famous people. And let's just go back to the basics. Nene was not a famous person when we met her on the first season. We didn't know who the hell Nene was. Sheree wasn't famous. Now, her husband at the time was famous, but we didn't know who she was. Deshaun Snow was married to a football player, so that helped. Lisa Wu was married to a football player, that helped, but we didn't know her. And she was once married to Keith Sweat, so that also was another thing. Kim Zolciak, we didn't know who the hell she was. She was just some floozy that was married to, that was messing with a married man, and that was it. So we didn't know these people. You know what I mean? So instead of looking for big names for this show, you need to go down and get no name people. We didn't know who the hell Portia was. She just come from a family like Jose. Her grandfather was Hosea Williams, and that's what really, added a little bit more spunk to who she was, because of what family she came from. So what you need to do is, instead of trying to cast a whole bunch of famous people, you should cast people that are linked to these famous people. Like, cast a wife of a football player, like you did with that's kind of low key, or cast a wife of a recording artist, or cast a wife of somebody that is dealing with people in civil rights. Cast a wife of someone that got a husband with a lot of money that's not necessarily in the business. Like, you can find people with money, and they don't have to be big names. And I feel like that is the biggest issue here. We want to cast people with these big ass names that's not going to do anything, that's pretty much going to be very much so worried about how they look image wise. And that's not what you want for this show. And that's just how I feel. So I don't think that that's the route we need to go, looking for big names. I've always been against that. I've always been against that. I don't know why people keep on thinking that we need to find big names. Now, when it comes down to the show, if we're going to get Candy show back, Candy in the Game, this is what I think we should do with that. Because I think that Candy has an interesting life, and she has interesting people around her. And I just feel like if they give her show back, it doesn't have to just be about her restaurant. I think that we should bring like Tamika on the show with her, or bring Common and Don Juan, like make it a spinoff about everything that she got going on. It doesn't necessarily have to just be about OLG and shit like that. Like, she can bring her family drama in it, her professional drama into it. It's always entertaining when we see her family and the people that's around her. And that's the biggest thing that you need for a spinoff. If you got a person, you need a just as interesting supporting cast to keep the show going, in my opinion. So that's what I think. If they decide to let Candy go, which I do feel like it's very ironic that her spinoff was renewed after all this time. We had heard that it was canceled, and now we're hearing about this reboot news. So it makes sense as to why they would give her own show again. And that will probably be to keep her on on the network, so to speak. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. It is what it is. I really don't understand that. So it is what it is. So I do think that there may be a reboot in process. It gotta be because this is probably the lowest ratings that the Housewives of Atlanta has seen in many, many years. Well, last year the ratings were down, but they wasn't down like this at all. So I'm sure that they're looking into doing certain things to make sure this show gets to a better place, and they need to, because this is one of the premier shows on Bravo. I love this show. I watch it out of not out of convenience, but I watch it due to that's what I'm used to watching. I love me some Housewives of Atlanta, and I needed to keep going. I love this show. So I want to see nothing but the best for it. So whatever they decide to do, I'm gonna be rocking and rolling with. I'm gonna be giving my critiques about it. And that's just the truth of the matter. So whatever they decide to do, I'm gonna be here for it, whatever they do. But they need to figure something out. So I want to know what you guys think. As of right now, Bravo is saying that any rumors about a reboot are untrue, and there has not been any official decisions being made, and they're not going to make those decisions until after the reunion airs. And that's probably true, because that's normally what they do anyway. They normally wait till after the reunion to make any selections on the cast. So with that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here, and I will leave you guys with promos from our upcoming panels that will be starting this fall. Talk to you guys later. Bye.